Hello, everybody, and welcome to More to Digital. I'm your host, Brian Sikorsky from Orlando, Florida. And today we have Alice Fairfax from Alice Fairfax Creative LLC. That's a catchy name. So, Alice, so glad you were able to join us today. How are you?
I'm doing great. So good to see you.
Yeah, how'd you come up with that name? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So, I
It's actually
see
a fake
you've.
name. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't. Well, that's good to know. Okay, good. I do see that you've
Yes,
worked
it's
for the
it's
Walt
my
Disney
pen
Company
name.
for over 20 years, and you've created public relations campaigns for touring Broadway shows and stuff like that. And you've also got your own marketing and public relations company. That's amazing. What was the catalyst for you to make the change and start your own company?
Well, I was an entertainer for a very long time. For over 20 years, I was a performer out at Walt Disney World, and I really loved it. I loved the interaction with the crowd. And my main focus was on storytelling, on telling those stories and engaging the crowd and doing improvisation with the audience. And I found that that really translated back to marketing and communications, that it really is about engaging the crowd, moving them towards something that's next, and getting their instant feedback and incorporating that. And so I felt like there were a lot of shared skills that I could share with public relations, with marketing companies, especially helping leaders tell their stories and give speeches and write marketing copy. And so that's what really was motivating to me. It was really, just starting to get super hot out there, Brian, I got to tell you, as an actor. So I really, I really like being inside working with executives now.
Sure, of course. So, how do you personally, since you have your own, marketing and public relations company, how do you keep your pulse on the world of marketing?
Gosh, I am a podcast junkie. That's a really big part of it for me is listening to people and talking with other people, hearing what's going on, what's happening right now, what are the topics that people are covering. I'm a big Instagram person. I'm really looking into people's, again, it's all about story for me. So, what is their story? What's the story that they're trying to tell? How are they trying to tell it? How are they trying to tell it in an interview? How are they trying to tell it in a podcast? How are they trying to tell it in their story on Instagram and through their feed? And so discovering how people are communicating, what they're communicating about, that's what gets me really interested and start thinking. I'm always
Mm,
thinking, what's the next thing? How are people communicating in the next new way? And that's really, really
yeah.
interesting to me.
So, with that, that's a great segue for this next question. What do you think will be the biggest change in marketing that you see coming in the next 2 years or so?
Well, I I really think it's the authenticity of people's stories.
Mm,
It's there's a lot going on right now with video and with reels, and it feels like it can get slicker. But what I think we're seeing is people really engage with stuff that's really more personal, with more real, that feels like, hey, I just put this together because I really wanted to communicate it to you. I really
mhm,
wanted to share this information with you. So I think that all of the technology can sometimes be overwhelming, especially to the entrepreneurs and business leaders that I work with. They feel like, oh, now I have to learn TikTok. What? I keep telling them it's really the same thing. It's just sharing your story in an authentic and compelling way. And that is, I think that's just going to grow.
yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And so many people started off organically, and as their fame grew on a lot of these platforms, it seems like people have transitioned away from being that organic feeling to something a little bit more disingenuous. I totally understand what you're saying there. Getting back
Mm,
to authenticity is going to be crucial in getting messages out to your audience. Well, Alice, thank you so much
I
for being
really
on the
think
show
so.
today. We're out of time. Thank you so much. We have so many great advice for the rest of you out there. You can connect with Alice. We can connect with any of the great interviews that we have on any of the other platforms. It's great ideas. It's storytelling in media and marketing right here on More to Digital. and you can find us at dailyadbrief.com. I've been Brian. It's great seeing you, and I'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.